guys. So I have decided to share with you guys a updated nighttime routine when we're feeling a little bit more stressed, a little bit overwhelmed, or we are dealing with something emotionally or going through something, because I feel that a lot of people ask me what I do for nighttime, because I feel like I really hone in on my morning ritual. And everyone knows, I feel like at this point, what I do in my mornings. So I wanted to take you along on kind of what my nighttime routine looks like, because I do feel that it is as important as our morning, especially when we feel like we're juggling a lot, or we have a hard time winding down, or we aren't the best sleepers, or don't stay sleeping during the night. So come along with me. I'm going to show you all the little things that I love to do in hopes that it can inspire you on your journey of getting the best sleep of your life. Let it go, let it go. So one of my great ways to release energy, relax the body, is move it, but move it in a delicate way. So tonight I'm gonna go on a little walk, especially after I eat dinner. This also helps digest, which can also help with our sleep. If we're eating too late, close to our bedtime, then our body is still digesting and you tend to not sleep as well because your heart rate doesn't go down and you don't get that optimal sleep. So moving our bodies lightly and going on a nice walk, especially on an evening like this, is amazing for our nervous system regulation, and also just moving through any sort of energy that may be stagnant in the body. And you can even bounce if you want, or whatever it may be. But Oliver's coming too. I want to share in this routine that I love to do at night when I feel like I have a lot going on, or I feel like life feels a little bit overwhelming, or I have high anxiety. And one of those main things that I try to prioritize is the right supplements for just working with my nervous system and trying to ease the anxiety and the stress in my body, which in return is going to help us sleep a lot better and much deeper. First and foremost, always focusing on gut health, and probiotics are number one. I take them every single night. This is called Megaspore Biotic. It's one of the best probiotics I have ever found. And so I take 2 of these before I sleep, and since it's that time. And then secondary, and always so important, especially when we're feeling like we have a lot of anxiety, because what happens to our body is that our adrenals get fatigued. And when our adrenals get fatigued, we basically don't hold any minerals, and our body doesn't really detox normally. And so our body becomes mineral deficient. And when we become mineral deficient, then that just feeds into our anxiety and all of these symptoms that our body has, like tension and feeling uneasy and dehydration and all the things. So I have here a couple different types of magnesium. Alchemy is really great because this actually has the 3 most important magnesiums that you should take, which is citrate, bisglycinate, and taurate. I think I said those right. This helps calm, sleep, digest, and focus better. So I love a good blend, because obviously then you get multiple different types of magnesiums. You can also drink before bed some mineral salt and some lemon, which is a natural hydration for the body too. And then this one is just magnesium citrate powder, which is specifically for relaxing the muscles and helping you sleep at night. So sometimes when I'm feeling like I really need to be like calmed down, I love to do this. And then sometimes I also mix in the tart cherry juice concentrate. I feel like I've talked about this before. Also, if you've been on one of my retreats, it's what we serve to the guests their first 3 nights when they arrive, because of jet lag and being in a new environment, and why tart cherry juice concentrate is so great, and especially when you mix it with magnesium, is that basically when you supplement too much melatonin, then your body stops producing melatonin when you stop taking it. So it's actually quite dangerous if you take it on a consistent basis if you're trying to use it to fall asleep, and melatonin is what actually draws our body into deep sleep. So the tart cherry juice is great because it actually helps your body produce its own melatonin. And it's also an amazing antioxidant, so it also helps fight inflammation in the body when you sleep. So it has double the benefit. So when you mix it with magnesium and you kind of make this like fancy, mocktail, it can really help deepen your sleep, especially if you're someone who tosses and turns a lot and has a hard time falling asleep right away. This is just amazing for feeling really good and actually relieving the anxiety, allowing the body to drop into rest. And one of the other really great things that you can do, and sometimes I do both because like you can't really overdose yourself on magnesium, is you can do a foot soak. So soaking your feet in some sort of Dead Sea salt or a natural magnesium salt. And all you have to do is have a bowl with some warm water and you soak your feet for like 10-15 minutes. And your feet are such a pivotal area of the body that is connected to all of our meridian lines. And so it absorbs into your body quite fast. It also helps detox and move the lymphatic system, which is another great thing. Of course, if you have a bath, taking a Dead Sea salt magnesium bath would be amazing because then your whole body is immersed in it. This is really good for skin, for anyone who suffers with skin problems. And then of course, this gets into an extra layer of the muscles so that you're able to relax even deeper. So I love taking a really warm magnesium bath with a couple of essential oils in it to, aromatherapy with some lavender and anything else that can really start to relax our whole body. And then you just kind of scoot into bed. You can read a book or listen to a podcast that would be calming, nothing like that's gonna ramp your brain, and hopefully you would be able to fall asleep right away. So another thing that I find super important in the house is to minimize as much light as possible, especially really strong lights. So turning off all the lights in your house, maybe just putting on like a night light or anything like that. Just because it is a great way to not have all the light in our eyes, which confuses our brain and also stimulates our brain. So another thing that I really love to do when I'm winding down and turning off all my lights and moving upstairs is listening to relaxing spa music. So my Spotify kind of curated a spa treatment playlist for me. So I love to just have some really nice, you feel like you're in a spa, And I'll just listen to this pretty much until I go into bed. I'm also gonna show you just like a short little meditation, little breath work and breathing while I'm in bed to relax my nervous system a little bit more. But you can even turn the spa music on like 2-3 hours before you go to sleep, just to really allow to set the tone. Right now I'm putting it on my phone because my Wi-Fi is not working, so I can't hook it to my speaker. But if I just carry this around with me, even though I usually wouldn't do that because I want to like detach from my phone, because the importance of not reading emails, not getting into work, not scrolling on social media just because you're bored, especially at least 1 to 2 hours before you sleep, is a really, really important thing to embody when you're someone who wants to sleep deeper and not suffer from sleep. Also, I have this setting on my phone where if I click it 3 times, it turns into red mode. And in case I do need to look at my phone for any reason, at least I'm not getting the yellow light into my eyes, which is going to change my brain chemistry and not signal to my body that I am ready to go to sleep. So little things that we can do to really help ourselves settle in. And now I'm just gonna turn off this last light in my kitchen. I leave my kitchen window open because in the summer at least right now, the weather has actually been really nice at night, so it's a great way to just air out my kitchen so I wake up with fresh air, which is always really nice. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, moving to my getting ready for bed. I'm not gonna get into my beauty routine, like skincare, because I just feel like that can be for a different video. But one thing that I have been really loving that helps with my digestion, because I feel like when I get stressed out, it just messes up my entire system. And also it's just really good for detoxing, is castor oil packs. So there's multiple ways you can do castor oil packs. There's the full wrap. This is a 100% natural and organic cotton one from a brand called Elham's Liquid Gold. I really love, of course, finding as many natural materials as possible, especially when we're talking about covering something or putting something on our bodies with something that pulls toxins out. I sometimes like to sleep to cover more area with that patch, but I do find it to be more annoying to sleep in versus these more sticker patches. So my favorite place to do them, there's like multiple places that I like, but of course on the belly button, because our belly button actually has a lot of connectivity to so many organs in our body. So putting castor oil in our belly button is a great way to move and detox. But for me personally, I also love putting it down here, more in the intestinal tract and more in the uterus, as I feel this really helps with constipation and get things moving. And then up on your right rib cage is where your liver is. And so when you put the castor oil to stay on your liver, this also helps move through your detoxing at night. I also use castor oil packs during my period because it does really help me with my cramps and period cramps. So it's a very secret, amazing natural remedy. So tonight I'm just gonna go with my belly button, as the night before I actually did my lower stomach and my liver. So I just pour a bit on top of the cotton round, and then I just boop. Yeah, now we're moving in the morning. For those of you who also don't even want to consider doing a foot soak with magnesium or dead salts, you can also get a magnesium spray. And you can spray this on your shoulders, you can spray it on the bottom of your feet, on your calves, bottom of your legs. And this also helps get magnesium into the important parts of our body, which in return will of course help us sleep. I'm just kind of like rubbing it into the bottom of my feet. And yeah, now it's time to move to the bedroom. That is my wind down routine when I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I'm feeling very at peace now. So I will go to sleep.